In this video, you're finally going to learn how to draw faces. So, let's get straight to the point. First, I will start by drawing a circle, and then I'll make a line defining the jaw. Don't worry if my sketch looks bad at first. It starts to develop as I keep drawing the lines. Always close at the tip of the jaw, and then draw the neckline. Now, I will start removing the excess lines. See how our head has already formed? That's a sign we're on the right path. Let me add a few more finishing touches here. Now, let's draw the neck. Now that we had the neck, the jaw and the head formed, let's create the ears. I like to draw ears with a slightly pointy start and then close the line by shortening it at the end. Don't worry if your drawing looks ugly at first or has some deformity. Remember that we need to make as many mistakes as we can during the sketch process so we can fix them later. Now, I'm closing the headline. I'll draw the eyes now. I like to draw intimidating eyes, the famous hunter eyes. To me, it gives the character a better look. drawing the pupil now. Look how our character is starting to develop. Now, let's add the eyebrows. Now, the other one. It's looking amazing. Now, let's create the nose by making a line downward and connecting it to the nostrils. Now we can draw the mouth. I always like to draw this kind of closed mouth style with visible lips. Hold on, I will move the mouth up a bit. I will shrink what needs to be adjusted and make the precise change. Perfect. Now I'll add some facial detail, like the cheekbone. I'll do a quick shading to add more detail. Our process is looking great. See how everything is starting to fit. I'll close the base of the neck here. Now it's time to draw the hair. I always draw a line to mark where the hair will end. That line helps me understand the proportion and which hairstyle fits the character best. Nice. Now let's create the hair details. I like using a thinner line for the hair because it gives a better effect, making it look smooth and sleek. I recommend you look at some hair references. In the beginning, it's really hard to draw hair successfully because your brain doesn't yet know how to draw each part in detail. Make soft strokes down to below the ear. At this moment, I'm looking at a hair reference because it helps me a lot. So whenever you reach the hair creation process, check some internet images and get inspired. This will improve your brain's visual library. In the beginning, drawing hair was really hard for me because I didn't look at references and ended up ruining my whole drawing process. Never skip reference images because drawing is the skill of bringing reality to the paper. Now you can add a gradient light effect, which adds even more detail to the hair. See how our character looks more complete as we add more details. Let me do some more finishing touches here. Wow, this is looking amazing. Now I will remove a bit of the sketch line so we can see the character's hair falling onto the skin better. Wow, it's looking better and better. See how drawing is a process of patience. Now I will remove more of the excess sketch. I will leave this fine point over the ear. It gives a more realistic style. I don't know. I always like to bring realism into my drawings because the more realism we bring, the higher the quality. The hair turned out perfect. I feel like those fashion designers who draw hairstyles. Now I will change the eyes because I'm still not satisfied. Always make adjustments to your drawing. Don't be afraid to mess up. Mistakes are the biggest things that will help you in the end. I'm spacing the eyes even more. It already looks better, but I'm still not satisfied. For now, I'll leave it like this. Wow, see how much better it looks now. That's why you should never be afraid to try correcting your drawings. It always makes them better. Yeah, now it's perfect. Now the character has that look of a man who intimidates with his gaze. That's why I always aim for in my drawings to awaken an emotion. Now we've finished the final sketching process. That's how you draw the face of the anime characters you want for your manga. Now we're going to draw the character from a side view. First, I always like to create a circle over the previous drawing to get the exact proportions of our character. This helps me stay consistent with the character's face. Let's draw a line below the circle. Now, another line, and then finish with 3 lines for the forehead. Nose and mouth. Let's draw the nose now, going down from this line. We can go lower to draw the mouth. Again, don't worry if the mouth or anything is crooked. We can always fix it. Now the chin. Alright, let's draw the jawline now. Great. I'll bring the line down with a curve toward the neck. Now, we will connect the line to the end. Always curving. Let's draw the eye to add more detail. You can see that little by little our character is forming. That's why it's extremely important to keep your previous drawing beside you as a reference. Now, on this line, we will draw the ear. Let me erase. I want to make an ear I'm satisfied with. Not yet. I'll make the ear bigger. It's too short. Done. Now it's the perfect size. Wow, it looks beautiful. The position is aligned perfectly with the facial lines. That's why it's important to create straight lines for the eyes, nose, mouth, hair, and neck. The more proportional your drawing is, the more consistent and good looking your character will be. Now we can move on to the hair. Let's do the same thing as before. Thinner pencil lines to give more depth to the hair. It's taking shape. Again, I would say look for references of side views and hairstyles from the angle. This will give you more clarity about where to draw and how to make your drawing better. Now, I will redo the nose. It doesn't look quite how I want yet. I'm now removing the lines used to draw the nose and lips. The sketch is getting better and better. There's just one thing I didn't like: the nose and eyes. I will add the same eyes again. Always follow the guidelines so you don't lose the character's facial symmetry. Now, more details on the nose. Always looking at the previous nose to follow the same shape. Same with the mouth. I want to give it a more serious effect. Much better now. Now we bring the hair strand down until it touches the neck. I haven't removed the excess sketch yet, so it doesn't have much depth. But don't worry, we'll fix that soon. I will lower the hair until it aligns with the previous drawing, extending it until it hits the limit line. Perfect. Now it's time to merge the hair more into the skull. It's looking amazing. With the sketch excess removed, it now has more detail. I keep adding some shading to make the drawing more professional. These details are what make people speechless at the end, so never ignore them. Every detail is extremely important to make your drawing stand out. Actually, I will redo the final hair strands because I wasn't very satisfied. I always follow the neckline to give the impression that it's really the same character looking to the side. Now, the neck. The neck will give a strong sense of detail, so we need to pay attention to it. Great. Now, I will close the hair down even more to the neck. To me, the best hairstyle is always the one with both long and short strands that reach the neck. Perfect. More and more detail. Now, for the back. Good. Drawing is always a test of patience. It's getting closer and closer to the final result. Removing the previous sketch again. Alright, the hair is getting more and more perfect. Now I just need to remove these details. More shadows. It's looking incredible. The more detail, the better it gets. So, this is our final drawing. I really hope you liked it. If you practice this head drawing exercise every day, you will improve a lot. Never lose your desire to draw. Know that sometimes your drawing won't turn out how you expected, and that's okay. At the beginning, everything's hard, but over time, you keep getting better. If you do this for 30 days, dedicating 1 week to train the body parts you struggle with, you will see massive improvement just like I did. Bye. I see you in your success.